Alright, we should be good now. Hello, hello. Alright. Alright, take two. First time around I was streaming privately for some reason. But we should be good now. And I think I fixed the audio. I know the last stream, the whole time it wasn't picking up desktop audio. So obviously that's no good. Let me just click into mordhau. Audio good, audio good. All right, we should be good this time around. Let's test it. What can I play? Oh, Jesus.
All rise for her.
Alright. Alright, we're getting desktop audio. Okay. Alright, everything's set up and good to go. Alright, let's turn on screen record. Play some mordhau. Alright, playing mordhau again. There we go. East Coast server. Oh, do we want... I like Larissa. Seems to be a good server. Oh, got a fresh Yingling. Pretty sure the audio's working. Alright. In a Discord call. I'm in the private stream server, so don't know if I'm gonna get joined on. We'll see. But hopefully this time, if I get joined on, then you'll be able to hear. The, whoa! I'm out of stam. That was fast. I thought I was doing pretty good. So, anyway, now that we're in, we got the audio fixed. Everything's going good. What I wanted to talk about tonight was slavery. Not off to a good start, but we'll make it work. So yeah, I've been thinking about slavery, what it means, and is it a bad thing? Because obviously growing up, God damn, one shot with a bone. That's what she said. Slavery is like the greatest evil ever, right? No bueno on the slaves. But I think it's how you depend or define slavery. So for the, you know, you ask someone what is slavery, and it's owning people. to what extent? So, also, excellent choice in tunes. So is it owning them, like they are you have a deed to them? Is that what makes slavery slavery? That there's some sort of contract written up? Obviously why you'd want to own slaves is to profit off their labor, right? So is it owning their labor? Getting a cut of that labor? If you have slaves, you're going to have to provide for them to some extent.
Yes, okay, but you owe me one. For glory!
You're going to at least have to feed and house them. Oh, god damn it. Oh, I have fireproof, so I'm going to be in there in a minute. But in order to profit off them, you're going to have to at least feed and house them. Keep them in a state where they can work. So, I don't think it is a stretch to say we're all kind of slaves. You go to work not because you like work, but and not even because you need to eat. You know, I know, oh, everything's getting more expensive, but frankly, having enough food to eat is, you know, it's not that much. But, you know, food, shelter, all of that, you can get by on very little. But, of course, in modern society, we all want to play this status game. You don't want to just get by on the bare minimum, but also you're taxed. So even if you have everything provided for you, fully self-sufficient, you know, you can't get away with not working, or else the tax man's gonna come for you. So, in one way or another, we're all forced to work, and, you know, maybe you're religious, you reject materialism, like none of this matters. Well, you know, there's going to be some sort of higher power, whether that's a god or more of just a cosmic will, energy. There's going to be some rules you play by, morals you live by. So, in one way or another, we're all slaves. So, what is... should we try to escape from that? Free ourselves? You know, is it our moral duty to free everyone? You know, total anarchist, no taxation. Everyone should be completely free and sovereign. Or is the idea of slavery okay? Well, I think slavery, in one form or another, is necessary. So for example, today we are wage slaves. If you want to survive, you gotta work, pay your taxes, pay off your debts. All the bullshit you bought and put on a credit card. You're a debt slave to the credit card companies. And what should that look like? I guess, you know, enough rambling about what slavery is. Let's see, you know, if we accept that slavery is just kind of part of existing in the world, and just, you know, unless you want a total, tribal, primitive society, there's going to be some form of slavery. What should that look like? Well, I think we need to get over the taboo of slavery, accept it, that for a functional society, some form of slavery is somewhat necessary. And I'm still throwing this idea around in my head. I don't know exactly maybe what it should look like. But some sort of feudalism honestly seems like the best compromise. I think allowing some sort of landlord, some sort of higher authority to manage sort of infrastructure and relations between other groups is the best way to compromise between sort of this total freedom democracy like we have, you know, and your vote doesn't count, and it's, you know, we don't have a true democracy, and that's fair, but I don't think a true democracy is possible. A true democracy is always going to devolve into somewhat, you know, the corrupt system we have now. So why do I think feudalism's the answer? Well, if you look around the world, and this has been popular lately with recent events, but you can kind of see there's different classes of people. You know, the idea of equality is kind of shattered. And the big word that everybody's saying is goyim. You know, you know, they see us as goyim, as cattle. But to be fair, we all recognize there's different classes of people, and we all use some sort of goyim, some sort of slave term to describe you know, goyim's a term, but I'm sure if you've been on the internet any length of time, you've said normie, NPC. That's just, it's essentially calling someone a goyim. It's no different. It's just a sort of ethnically neutral way of saying goyim, or serf, peasant, normie, NPC. And if you've spent any amount of time thinking this stuff over, and you've tried to talk to a normie, an NPC about it, you see the brain fog. You see that just mentioning the idea of like changing up the system, you know, that talking about some of this stuff, and they just shut down, their eyes glaze over. they can't even conceptualize sort of not just, you know, going along to get along, following the herd. Ah, fuck the spikes. And I think it's cruel that we expect these normies, these NPCs, these Goyim, to participate in political debate, expect them to, you know, to vote, to have like an instructed, thought out vote. To be an informed voter. They're not going to be an informed voter. They're going to pick red team, blue team. Good, bad, them, us. And to try and enforce otherwise, like I said, I believe is cruel. Because it just creates stress. It creates this false sense that they have a say. That what they think matters. And it's a complete lie. And so the some sort of representative ruling class who did I kill there? Oh, they must have jumped down. And I think feudalism is a pretty alright way of doing that. As far as the actual logistics, you know, the way it would get done, the way your checks and balances to ensure that the ruling class wouldn't be abusive to the sort of peasant Goyim class. I don't know, I haven't thought this out fully yet, but I think having a representative ruling class, trying to keep this decentralized, so as local as possible, there would be like higher authorities, you know, you'd have like the nation, and then sort of like states or provinces, and then your counties and towns. So there would be a hierarchy, but trying to keep the power as decentralized and local as possible, I think, yes, Costello would be great. Would be preferable.
Watching blood dry is more interesting than
But yeah, expecting the normies to be informed, have an informed opinion, is ridiculous. And the reason I label it as slavery, is because it goes beyond just the vote. You think, oh, I'm just against the universal suffrage. But I think even things like housing, I mean, you think about it, what is to be a slave, to be a peasant? Well, it means to, you know, you're sort of born into a caste, and in this neo-feudal system, maybe we have some sort of way of moving up, some sort of social mobility. But more or less, you're born into your caste. Fuck, that was bad. Fucking shield guy. You know, but you have your community, you have your family, you have a home, some property. But think about that. You know, most people, they just want to get on with their day. So, expecting the normie to, you know, you turn 18, you gotta figure out what you want to do for a job. You gotta figure out housing, you gotta be an informed, you know, we expect all these things out of people. And, you know, I'm not speaking as some high and mighty, I'm some brilliant philosopher. No, I'd be fucking happy to be a peasant, you know. It's taken me 10 years now, since getting out of high school, to fucking figure out what I'm doing. And, it's kind of ridiculous to expect that out of everyone, to just know what they want to do with their life and be productive with that. 'Cause, you know, most people are gonna come up with some bullshit, some unproductive bullshit, which is fine for our current ruling class, which, you know, whether it produces value or not, number go up, it don't matter. But if you have a core community you're born into, you have housing and housing sorted out, that's your main fucking expense in life. That's the main stress in life. And then all you have to do is contribute to the community. And then the Lord handles public works, defense. So I would say that there's you know, so you got the peasant class and then sort of the landlord class. And sort of alongside the landlord class, as far as the hierarchy goes, is maybe your warrior class. And so maybe you get your soldiers from the strongest among the working class, the peasant class, and then you get your sort of leaders from the landlord class. So your warrior class is kind of a mix. Like I said, I in whatever system, I think social mobility could and should be. You know, there should be a way of social mobility. But yeah, frankly, thinking about it, I think some sort of neo-feudalism would be best. I haven't thought about cities. It's a little tougher in the cities, but essentially, I'm not really for like a UBI. Mostly because that still plays into the because like all these solutions in terms of what we should do to fix society, fix the economy, it's all in terms of fucking money. And money is a useful tool. Like, I'm not anti-money. Money is bullshit. Money isn't real. I mean, it's kind of true that money isn't real, but it's a very useful tool to help facilitate trade between different people, companies, nations. Money is very useful. unfortunately, it naturally centralizes. The more centralized it is, the more useful it is, but also the more corrupt it becomes. So, as far as, like, UBI goes, well, it's still just, you know, give them money. Throw money at the problem. Throw this fake bullshit at the problem. Whereas, like, a feudal system, where you're not giving the working class money, but you give them, housing, you know. So you don't build up that stress in society of, you know, fuck, where am I gonna live? And you have a natural welfare system built in, without unnecessary taxation. You know, taxation can be left for infrastructure, roads, funding the military. You know, I'm certainly not suggesting, oh, there's some sort of peace and love. This is some future where we all get along. Unfortunately, it's just part of the human experience, you know. You have to defend your borders. You need a military. So the lords, and then beyond the lords, the higher authorities would handle infrastructure in the military. And so the peasants could work, earn a paycheck, you know, however we want to handle the currency, but work, earn money, you know, pay for their necessities. They have housing taken care of, and those who are ambitious, who want to live in a you know, a more materialistically, you know, prosperous life. Maybe that's how we work out social mobility, is, you know, through some sort of private schooling, or a selective schooling. Those who show promise can be sort of picked out of the peasant class and given a chance to rise in the social ladder. And then also on the, as far as raising the social ladder, schooling, all that schooling. You wouldn't waste so much fucking time, money, energy, resources on fucking schooling everyone. They're like getting some shitty, worthless education. Every kid is fucking forced into this nonsense bullshit education, wasting taxpayers' money. You know, most of your peasant class, they'll get some sort of basic education, some sort of community education. That can be left up to the local community. No, no government, no, you know, no intervention there. It can be left up to the households. Again, like I said, however the community would want to handle education, whether it would be individual families through the households, or some sort of a community schooling. You know, if this is more of a traditional community, it might be, you know, while the men are out working, the women congregate, rather than individual schooling at home. Maybe they have some sort of group community schooling. Where you know, you get your basic, you know, reading, writing, arithmetic, and when the boys are of age, you know, and rather than hours and hours a day, you got a couple hours of learning, and then you can be fucking kids. You can go play, you know, learn how to fucking communicate, rather than fucking school being shoved down your throat all day, and then you just go home and sit on the cell phone. But the basic schooling, then kids can be kids. When boys are of age, they go help at work. You know, they learn the trade of their father. Girls go with the mother. Like I said, there might be some military conscripts. There might be some kids that show promise in certain areas, and they'll be given chances to succeed. But most kids, that they'll learn what they need to live a good life. And like I said, they have a community. They have housing. Oh, I almost had all of them. So there's not this stress in society, this constant, can I make it through the week? You know, you'll have a happy, and okay, you know, what's the benefit of it? You know, we're talking about some feudal society where there's some welfare built in, sort of devaluing or decentralizing money as much as possible. Well, what's the benefit? You know, what's wrong with a harsh, brutal, meritocratic capitalism? You know, that drives innovation. You know, it fucking doesn't. It's whoever gets to the finish line first wins. You know, yes, early on it drives innovation, but then once the winners get to the fucking finish line, once they got that big ball of money, then it's just defend the status quo. It's once you know, the asset holders have suitable control of the economy, it's not about innovation, it's not about who's best, it's not about who works hardest, it's about who can fucking control the whoops. Who can control the price of assets? Who can boost inflation and keep the peasants, the goyim, working? Oh, piss break while we vote. Oh, we're going camp. All right. So anyway, back to my original point of slavery is, oh, where are my frames? Frames? Okay, game's probably gonna crash here soon, because my frames are looking rough. So So back to my point on slavery. We're all fucking slaves anyway. So instead of running in this rat race, for no fucking benefit, you work and work and work, and all it does is to help manage inflation. Half your money's fucking taken from you with taxes to manage inflation. They print money to devalue your work and to increase the value of the monetary value of the asset holders. And because we all accept money as this valuable resource, you know, it just all goes to the top and you see nothing for it. Fuck, I'm gonna have to quit out the game. My frames are just absolutely can't be having this. Alright, sorry to break stuff up, but this will give me a good chance to take a break, get my head straight. But yeah, instead of us all running this rat race, instead of you know, oh, you're not a slave, you are a free man. You know, you're free to work. You're free to climb the capitalist ladder. Forget that you'll never do it, not honestly. Again, we're brutal capitalist meritocracy. It's fucking lie, cheat, and steal, stab people in the back. That's the best way to win. And I'm not saying this to be like anti-capitalist, communist. Oh, we need like some sort of no, I'm against capitalism or communism. I'm telling you, we need to bring back, well, maybe not monarchy, not necessarily a monarch as the supreme ruler, but some sort of feudalism. Hopefully I'm the same team, or else it'll look like I rejoined just to swap teams. I am. There we go. Frames are back, mostly. But yeah, let's. I guess what I'm saying is we're all slaves now. Let's just fucking be honest about it. Say, hey, you know, you don't, you know, you'll own nothing and be happy. People are sort of disgusted by that, and you know, I count myself as one of them. Back, you know, not too somewhat recently, when I had more libertarian tendencies, more libertarian ideas. You'll own nothing and be happy. Well, you don't own anything, even if you win at the fucking game. What, you think you can buy a property and you fucking own it? Nah, if you don't pay taxes, you know, you're not gonna have that property for long. If what's it called, eminent domain, where the government says we need that for whatever reason, that property, like, it's not yours, it's gone. So the idea of ownership is bullshit. The only way to ensure ownership is through force, and the government's the monopoly on force. You only own something so far as the government enforces your ownership of it. So let's cut the bullshit. We're all slaves. all slaves, and let's stop stressing out the slave class by implying they need to be some sort of informed voter, or they have the freedom to do what they want, and you know, live out the American dream. Let's say no. This is your this is the territory you're born into. This is your lord. You have the responsibility to work and provide for your community. The Lord will have his cut. And he has a responsibility to you to provide protection, to manage infrastructure. Yeah, everything you'd expect the government to do. You know, the Lord is just this lower end of government, this local government. And obviously, there will be a hierarchy that goes up from there. But you know, it wouldn't be any different than things now, except we just be honest about it and be fair to the fucking slaves, the goyim. Yes, you and me. You know, I'm a fucking... I got a day job. I work as a mechanic. And I do my job. Fucking pay my taxes. And but yep, I do what's necessary in society. And why am I expected to be some sort of to be informed on everything that's going on in the world, how best to run the country? Why do I have a vote? Like, I absolutely shouldn't. Now I'm trying to, because the fucked up state we're in. Because of the fucked up state we're in, I'm wanting to do these streams to talk to people, to get my ideas out there, because I do think I'm more informed than maybe your fucking average normie, and that maybe I don't have good ideas, you know, oh yes, we should put this into policy, but hopefully to spur on like an idea in your head. You fucking stumble on this stream, like, who's this asshole? And maybe I'll make you think, you know. And that's all I'm trying to do. And this sort of idea where this, you know, you have your slave class, you have your ruling class, you have your warrior class. I think are somewhat, maybe collectivist isn't the right word, but we're not. But somewhat collectivist, sort of community-centered ideas. You know, they're, you know, pro-society, rather than individual. And I think that's an idea people need to get more comfortable with, is that this idea of the individual is, frankly, poison, and we need to get over it. Because it is making us weak. You know, nobody ever fucking said divide and, well, you know, it is divide and conquer, but, be divided and conquer. No, it's you divide your opponent and conquer. So the individualist idea is fucking mind poison. It just ensures that you'll all be fucking good little slaves. Everybody's gonna be out for what'll be the best for me. How can I get ahead? And therefore, no progress will be made. You know, a few of the lucky slaves, they'll be promoted to you'll be the head slave. You'll be the best of the cattle. the fucking biggest sow in the stocks. But that's the best you can do in this system without selling your soul and becoming a fucking the satanic elite.
Sure, no problem.
Oh goddamn! I lost what I was saying. How did he not hit me? I don't know what's going on. I'm a little bit regarded, guys. A little regarded. Spastic autist, that's how you deal with shield boys. Oh yeah, the fucking individualist mind poison. But the true strength of, you know, whatever you want to call them, the elite, the deep state, whatever, it's all the same. The true power is collectivism. Having a tight-knit, sort of secret you know, your gang who a tight-knit gang with a common interest. So you know, if you're a well-meaning, decent person looking to make the world better, you're not gonna fucking get anywhere. You know, just being out for yourself, caring about who am I as a person, well, you know, what's my identity, dude, your fucking enemies don't give a shit about that. They don't give a shit about who am I, what does it mean to be human, no, they have a goal, and they do what they gotta to achieve that goal. And they'll sell out their own humanity in a fucking heartbeat if it means protecting the collective, protecting their secret society or their goal or whatever. Now I think they are all you know, sort of hedonistic. I think in the end they're all out for themselves. You know, they'd sell each other out if it came to it, but as far as you know, how low they would go to achieve their goal, like, there's no limit. Like, you and I, we have, you know, limits to the depravity we would take part in. Oh yeah, let's go. They do not. There's no limit. You know, you and I, we might disagree on, oh, what moral framework do we work on? What's good, what's true, what's right? But largely, it's like, you know, we'll probably agree on the basics. These people do not. Yeah! Oh, I didn't quite hit the flag, man. So if you think you're gonna win by, I'm just gonna save up my bitcoins, and if you're still thinking in terms of currency, you're fucked. Like, you're the slave. Money is worthless. Money means fucking nothing. Like I said earlier in this stream, MIA, you know, money's fake, and man, I don't believe in money. No, obviously money is real, conceptually. I mean, that's all it is. That's all it's ever been, since really the invention of currency. It's just a proxy for value. There is no value in money, more other than what we believe it to have. So while I yes, you want to get money because it gives you power in the system, if you are if you're thinking of money as other than anything than a tool in the current system, that makes you the fucking cattle, man. And that's why you should be a slave. I should be a slave. You know, it's this is not to shit talk the slaves. You know, it's the way people are. It's the way most people are. But if you're trying to take part in this conversation and you're thinking like money fucking matters, no, like, you don't get to take fucking part. Because you need to shut the fuck up and be a slave. But if you can understand the idea that, you know, money is just a concept, and it's that you believing in it is the problem in the first place. You fucking got me. Why was I going for the fucking stab with a spear? I'm a dumbass. Oh no! So I guess I would have to say I am in favor of UBI in a way, but not money, not income, as in money. That's just gonna make the problem worse. You give people more money that they think the money's worth something. It's just a fucking cyclical problem. But what do people use money for? You know, housing, food, you know. Don't give people fucking money. Give people housing. Give people resources.
Yes, I can do that. Of course I can do that. You think I'm stupid? I apologize, but you need to open your eyes and use them.
So in my pseudo-feudal system, you know, you have housing, and the peasants would have the right to some extent, to make use of their property how they wished. So we think of a renter as, you know, you know, your landlord really has the say over the property. Like, you have an apartment, you can't do anything. You can't renovate it, paint the wall. You can't fucking do anything. Well, in my, you know, imaginary feudal system, it would be more like you have are we crashing? I think we're crashing out. You have the right to this land, this property. You can build a house. You can build 2 houses. You know, it's your land to live on. The Lord has ownership. You know, and the Lord has the right to demand things of you. So, and what's going on here? Okay, well, we're crashed out. Let's God damn, why is this fucking computer so slow? Obviously, the landlord would collect the tax to help fund things. The landlord could draft you if necessary. I think a standing army is necessary and important. We live? We should be live. We're still live. Alright, we're good. Yeah, we fucking crashed hard. But the landlord has the right to ask things of his peasants. He owns the land. Ooh, things are getting all sorts of fucked up here. Close mordhau. But in return, the peasant has this plot of land, and they can do with it Close without sending. Fuck you. I know what happened. Shit got fucked. It's a more honest arrangement. If nothing else, it's like, hey, we are the fucking ruling class. You do not own your property. You can do with it as you wish, so long as the Lord permits it. Oh, and let me restart the game. And so not only would the peasants not have to worry about, like, oh, where the, you can't expect the fucking normies to not only be informed voters, but fucking economists or not financiers, accountants. People don't fucking understand taxes and investing and I mean, that shit's all fucking bullshit gambling anyway. I think you should participate as far as playing the game, and trying to sort of dismantle the system from within, sort of deal. But it's really disgusting. As a slave trying to break out, yeah, go ahead, participate. But I mean, what is the stock market other than fucking gambling? Oh shit, I'm retarded. What was I saying? But yeah, you can't expect the peasants to understand politics, to understand money. So as far as like buying a property, what to do with their money, like saving for retirement. What's the natural way of saving retirement? You fucking don't. Your Lord takes his cut, does what's necessary for, sort of the collective goodwill. And then, what do you do for saving or for retirement? Well, you live in a fucking community. You live with family. You get old and they take care of you. And you die. We don't live in this fucking disgusting modern society where every old person is trying to suck every extra minute out of life that they can. Not leaving a fucking penny for their... for the future. I'm just gonna chill.
Yes, okay, but you owe me one.
I guess not. I guess we'll fight. And what was I getting to? What was the other thing? We shouldn't expect the peasants to understand money. Ooh, he saw me. Ah. Alright, let's just chill and play. I've been ranting. Again, this is why I'm doing these streams, is because Because I got all these fucking thoughts in my head. Sort of every day, like I work alone, long hours, and I just gotta get this shit out there. I gotta get what I'm saying out, you know? Even if it doesn't make any sense, like, I'm going crazy. Just being in my head all day, every day. Oh, he hit me. Oh, I thought I was gonna get a 2-for-1 there. Oh, I almost did. Oh, it was almost beautiful. That was almost beautiful. I guess that's all I'll say. Yeah, I shouldn't be having to think about this kind of shit.
Sure, no problem.
Growing up, like, I didn't give a fuck about any of this. Like, sure, I had political opinions. Because, you know, you're grown up told you gotta vote, you gotta know what's going on, man. But I just wanted to get by and do my thing, like, you know, I bought into the bullshit of I'm an individual, like, just out for myself. Ah, I almost had him. Oh, there's a good smack. But here I am. Fucking thinking over all this shit in my head. Thinking, you know, how do we fix this shit? How do you escape? Well, when it really comes down to it, there is no fucking escape. Yo! Oh man, I'm fucking glad I hope that you can see that on stream. Dude, the fucking jabs in the air, man. Oh, that was great. Fucking double jabs. Get jabbed on. Where's our other... Did this guy die already? Our king's down there. What the fuck is this round, man? This is wild. Ooh, that was a solid firebomb. That should have been a clash. Fuck you. What the fuck is our king do? This is a wild round. We're not gonna last. What?
Yes, okay. But you owe me one! Yes, I can do that. Of course I can do that. You think I'm stupid?
What? Where is the enemy?
Sure, no problem.
Alright. I think I'm done schizoing out for the night.
Da.
Oh! What? Oh, wait. Who killed me? Oh, Zwei killed me? I didn't even fucking see him.
You have my gratitude.
I'm bad. What a weird round. No! I thought I was throwing it off enough to not hit my teammate. Can't believe being in this little room.
I give you a reluctant apology, but I think you owe me one also.
What a weird round, man. I'm bad. I'm a bad teammate. Doing bad things. Hurting big people. That was ridiculous. I gotta piss again. Alright, we're gonna take a quick break. Alright. Dude, the fucking stability on Linux might not be the best. A little bit wonky. Actually, it's been really good. But as far as exiting and rejoining the window, the game window, is fucking great. It doesn't freak the fuck out at all like Windows. So I've done a fresh install recently. I was on XFCE and Cinnamon on Xorg, and then I was doing like Cosmic. I really like the Cosmic desktop on Wayland. frames were pretty bad. That could have been driver issues though. So I don't know where the upgrade is. But on this fresh install, I'm running X Libre. Holy shit, the game's running great. I run it for an hour or two, and then it might get iffy. I might get a crash or something after a couple of rounds. But I can fucking put up with that. I mean, Mordhau's pretty much the only game I play these days. So as long as that runs good, I don't give a fuck about the rest. But yeah, I did a little bit of distro hopping, see what was working, you know, reading about what the fuck is going on the ID verification side of things, and I kind of want to go with BSD as far as that goes, but it's just like getting things working right, iffy. If I just stick to XFCE, it's all right, but I don't know, I have audio issues. But I have been. I went with Artix, with Run It with XFCE. I really like Run It. I played with Void a little bit, Void Linux, and I just, as far as setting up services, I Run It just makes fucking sense. There's not a lot of abstraction. You know, what's the system D? System CTL start, stop, disable in it. Like, nah, you just link that service to the Active Directory, or delete the link from the directory. I like Run It. And then XFCE, it's a good start. I have, what do I have? I have Awesome installed. I want to set up an Awesome config. I played Mordhau on Awesome. I think it was a little weird. The window was a little weird. It ran fine. I had some issues. XFWM's compositor did not like Mordhau, or frankly didn't like anything. My browser ran slow. Like everything just ran shitty. But I disabled the compositor and it's fine. I've used PyCom a little bit and it seems smooth. But right now I'm just running with no compositor and it's doing pretty good. So yeah, I get some fucking weird corner issues on some windows, and some dialog box kind of stuff. But frankly, running with no compositor is great. So I might set up PyCom and use that and see how that goes, and then either just keep using it, or if it seems to kill my frames or makes things unstable, just rock no compositor. Compositor, it does help things look nice, but it's frankly not necessary. But yeah, so a more or less base Artix install, Artix Run It XFCE. The Artix, the Calamares installer kind of doesn't like to work sometimes. I don't know if that's a my hardware thing or an Artix thing. What did I do to get it installed properly? I think I set up, I like partitioned my drive using either just the command line installer or a different distro. But then if I pre-set up my partitions and then just let the Artix installer do it, the Calamares installer do its thing, it installs fine. So yeah, Artix is a little funky. It doesn't like to work right completely, but once you get it going, it's great. By default, it uses Pipewire, which I didn't dig into. It really wasn't working right. And as far as a status bar icon for controlling your volume and audio devices. At least not on the Artix. Maybe on the AOR there was some stuff. But for XFCE on the Artix repositories, there wasn't a pipe wire audio thing. So I just disabled it and went with Pulse Audio. I just got Pulse Audio working. That's what I've used in the past. That's kind of the default for most of the distros I've used. Pulse Audio just works fine, so I'm using that. Anyway, but yeah, like 2 thumbs up on X Libre. Despite the funkiness with Artix, it uses X Libre out of the box, and I was kind of thinking, well, maybe I'll see how this goes, and then I'll swap it for just your regular Xorg, or maybe I will run it for standard desktop, and then maybe I'll install Wayland, use Cosmic, or maybe try out Neri, or one of your more bare bones ones like a Mango for a Wayland desktop for gaming. Like, have an X Libre set up and play with that, and then have like a Wayland gaming setup, which I think I'm gonna install Cosmic, because I do like it just out of the box. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, it has this issue, it has that. I think I've run into some issues with like Qt programs, but just minor, like little nitpicky stuff. I ran Cosmic. I've not run straight Pop OS because being Ubuntu based, early on when I switched to Linux, I got on Arch, and just the Arch and the AOR is so fucking great. I don't run Arch because it's hard to install, or no, I run Arch because it's fucking easy. It fucking works. It updates break your system. No, it doesn't. This happened to me like twice, and it was not anything bad. It was like the kernel, like halfway through the install failed. So I just reload an old kernel and then redo the update, and it's fucking fine. Yeah, Arch is easy. That's why you use Arch, not because it's hard and you want to show off. No, you use Artix or Endeavor or a cache, and then you don't have to deal with the command line install. You should do it to learn shit, but to get started, just use one of the fucking Arch spins. I like Artix because I can use Run It, and I love Run It. But hell, Endeavor's probably the best for getting started. Cache is good, but it's got a bunch of options that, if you don't know what you're doing, like, don't mean anything. Cache's KDE does look good though. They do a good job with their theming on the ones. I almost went with, when I was distro hopping, trying Cache's Neri, and I never ended up trying it. I should have, because I've heard Neri is really fucking great, and Cache does a good job with their theming. So I bet Cache's Neri out of the box is great. But I don't care about the scrolling. I'm not really into, like, that doesn't. A lot of people say, like, oh, once you try it, it's great, but I don't know. I just like my tiling setup, which is why I fucking love Cosmic, because it out of the box, it's a mouse friendly tiler, because that's the thing with trying out Awesome and I have Xmonad, because I played around with that, and frankly, it's look at a few guides. Its config is pretty good. It's Haskell, it's difficult. Well, it's a fucking config file. I'm not I don't have to learn Haskell. Just look up how do I enable this on Xmonad. the font in the status bar. I was using Xmobar. The font in the status bar was funny. I think I heard a recent update broke that, so maybe I'll try Xmonad again with Polybar. But I have Awesome. I have Xmonads. I want to set up configs for that. I'll probably reinstall Cosmic just because I like it and I love the tiling out of the box. Mouse-friendly tiling. And it's a sensible tiling setup. You know, your what is it called? Does it do master and stack, or does it do what is it called? Equal, where it's like, you know, a grid based. I think it does master and stack. But it, you know, if it doesn't lay it out like you want, you just, you know, drag it and boop, boop, boop. It's great. But also XFCE is just great, and all their like out of the box the utilities that come with are great. And you know, Ristretto for images. What I actually use for XFCE, I don't know. I don't use Thunar. Yeah, the file mate. Just great. Anyway, but yeah, X Libre, 2 thumbs up. So far it's working great. It's a lot more stable than any of my Xorg setups in the past. I've been running Cosmic up until recently. I think I was running Cosmic on Cache, and before that I was Ardix again. So so yeah, I've been running Cosmic for almost as long as I've been on Linux. I think when I started out, that was before Cosmic was beta release, and so I think I ran mostly. I started on Cinnamon, and then I think I went to XFCE because it was a little bit lighter weight. Yeah, and then I ran Cosmic for a long time. It's just so nice. But now I'm back to XFCE because it just fucking works. XFCE on X Libre, man, it's so far it's been the most stable for gaming and like I said, even just browsing, like you know, just using my computer, going through Windows. Anyway, that's a good little break. I'm going to mute for a second, hop back in the group call. I told them send me to the fucking Shadow Realm channel because I was gonna schizoid out for a while on slavery and shit. So, you know, bunch of fucking normies. They don't want to talk about this shit. They just want to play video and chill, which I understand. I get it. So yeah, I told him I was going to schizo out for a bit. So send me to the Shadow Realm. But I think I've schizoed out enough. How long have we been going? About an hour and a half. Okay. Yeah, that's a good amount. So I am going to mute and see if they want to join the stream call. And we'll go from there. unmuting
I
the
think
audio.
Ami said that.
All right, so everybody, get all your slurs out now. You're live. No, but I just spent the past hour and a half ranting about how we're all slaves anyway, so we might as well just accept it and be honest about it.
Right.
Really, when you think about it, feudalism is the most honest system. Like, not even for the memes. I think we should just go back to feudalism. Basically, the gist of what I was saying is, under our current system, you're born, and you're expected to figure out what you want to do with your life, and earn money, and get a job, and pay your taxes, and pay rent, and figure out a place to live. Where, if you live under a some sort of lord, some sort of landlord, where you have usually a family-owned allotment of land, like, you know, this is your property, this, you don't own it, which you don't own it now. Doesn't matter if you pay it off, you still got to pay taxes and shit on it. Yeah, and what's it called? Eminent domain. The government can just take it if they deem it necessary. So why not have a family community allotment of land? And maybe there's some sort of social mobility in the system, where if you show promise in some aspect, you can move up. But most people don't fucking move up and do anything. Like, they're kind of born into... They might work a different job from their parents, but you stay in the same class. You know, you stay working class. You stay white collar. You know, you sort of stay in the same, you know, social class, more or less. My point is most people don't give a fuck. They just want to get through the day, you know, do their job, go home, drink beer with the dudes, fuck their wife. That's it. So I think it's cruel to expect your average person, you know, you're supposed to be an informed voter, right? You're supposed to be financially literate, to take care of your own finances. You're expected to care and know about all this shit. And I think that's really cruel to ask the average person that. Why not, you know, or like know about fucking real estate and like buying a property? Like, no. You have an allotment of land. You can kind of do with it what you wish. As long as you know, do your part for the community, pay your taxes to the landlord, and the landlord also has responsibilities to you, you know, like local government taking care of the roads and all that. Not that they fucking do that. So it's like, the worst case scenario, nothing changes. We're just more fucking honest about it, you know? And as far as the logistics, how this would actually happen, I don't fucking know. I haven't thought it through that much. But my point is, this would just be a more honest system where, no, you don't get a vote as a peasant. Because your vote doesn't fucking matter anyway. Again, like, we have this lie of a system, and all this would do is be like, okay, let's be fucking honest about it. And some people might say, well, it kind of sounds like UBI, you know? You don't have to worry about housing. You're kind of set up with a family, community, like, you have a almost birthright allotment of land. Not that you own it, but you live there and can kind of do what you want with it, as far as building a house or something like that. So like, oh, this sounds kind of like UBI. Why don't we just do UBI? Well, UBI involves money, which I'm not anti-money. Money is a useful tool, but it just kind of like, giving people money just feeds into this fucking inflated bullshit economy that we have. Whereas if you give people housing, a community, you know, with bypassing the money, it kind of it starts to you basically are sort of receding, getting out of the whole fucking central banking scheme of money. And so that's why I support a sort of feudalist community system over UBI. Alright, now I'm actually done schizoiding out.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have the knowledge, so I can't speak on anything. Sorry.
But that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't want to think about this stuff.
Yeah, I get it.
I didn't grow up like, I want to think about what it means to be human and like what your purpose is. I was just like, man, I just want to get by, live my life. But I mean, we all have the right to vote. We, blah blah blah. You're kind of expected to have some knowledge, at least be thinking about this stuff, which is ridiculous. So that's my whole point, is like, I'll hop in the voice chat and go off, even when I'm like not streaming. I'll just like talk about this bullshit for like half an hour, and everybody's like, "Boat, shut the fuck up." Which, as you should. We're here to drink beers and play video. Not to Now I'm in game, so now I'm retarded.
I know the feeling.
Which is why I'm pausing every 5 seconds. But yeah, we're here to drink beers and play vidya, not discuss like the meaning of life. But between just the way the world is and the fact that I work alone for like 10 hours every day, this is all I think about now. I have become the schizo hermit. I burned myself to death.
I don't recommend that.
Burning to death or being a schizo hermit?
Yes. Both at the same time.
What's the difference?
Fair enough.
Oh dear, silly me.
We sit here and we wait and see if this is fixed.
Sit here and cry. Sit here and cry.
Yeah. ChatGPT said to go fuck with some codes, and that's what I did. Hope I didn't fucking break anything. But I guess you kind of use ChatGPT to help you code, right?
I used it to learn some weird stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Ah, fuck.
You kind of have to teach it, though, to get it to work.
Yeah, I gave it screenshots and I said like, yo, the spawners are despawning after 20 waves and I want that to stop. And it's like, okay, change this to this, change this to that, see if it works. I'm like, alright. Because I think it's stupid that we can't have fucking XP farms. Like, you're gonna keep inventory on in this game. You yourself the owner of this mod pack, but you're not gonna let us farm XP or have a golem farm?
Hate to break it to you, but we are the golem farm.
Yeah. And like, yeah, keep inventory is on. Keep XP is not on. That's weird.
Crossroads Invasion.
Like, they want to make it really hard for no reason. I just want to have fun.
Burn the horse. Arr. Camille, are you becoming a software engineer just to mod Minecraft?
Kinda.
Yes,
Let's
okay,
I mean-
but you owe me one.
I've always been able to mod Minecraft pretty well and figure out how to get things to work. But like coding is kind of out of my reach. I don't really know a whole lot about it.
Yes, I can do that. Of course I can do that. You think I'm
Where's
stupid?
that horse boy coming? I know he's coming back around. I need to kill him. That's all I live for. We're playing Crossroads. I need to kill horse boy.
I think though, since I've explored like every fucking cave in our area, I might set up a system where we can buy spawners. It's gonna cost a lot, but I might make it work. Make it happen if I can get this to work.
Horse. Hey, horse.
Good day to you. I think you.
Oh, there's the horse. Where'd he go? He's gone for a minute. Oh man, he got slapped. Oh, horse boy. Yeah! I killed Stalin! Stalin was the horse boy. Oh, someone throw a smoke right as I threw my fire.
Yes, I can do that. Of course I can do that. You think I'm stupid?
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
You alright?
It's one of those matches. Can't get a footing. Can't figure out what to do to these bozos.
Teammates don't know how to
Boys.
play.
They're doing alright. They're doing better than me, honestly. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm 0-4. I just got rinsed 4 times in a row. Nobody else is playing heavy in the match. Heavy. Okay.
Right.
Oh, ooh, that was rougher than it should have been.
Kit here.
Fucking bows, god damn. Just getting nailed with arrows.
Sure, no problem.
Whoop.
For glory! Bonaparte!
You know the Russians are on because everybody's fucking sweating. The rest of the Western world is kind of like over Mordhau. Nobody sweats so hard anymore. God, I wish Mordhau had voice chat. Like, my life would be complete. Could you even imagine?
Yes, okay, but you owe me one. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Charge!
Like, it is... It's a fucking crime against humanity that this game does not have voice chat. Oh, shit. Also, I'm really upset that I'm all out of liquor. Like, I'm drinking beers as fast as I can, but...
Faster.
I'm trying. But I'm also trying to
No,
game and
there's no
stream.
try.
I got a small tummy.
Expand it.
Like, that's the thing. The liquor, I can not drink much, but get very drunk, you know?
Probably caught a decent sized bass at the pond, it looks like.
Ah! Whoa! I'm not dead. Oh, now I'm dead. But, you know, beer you have to work for your drunkenness. This goddamn Memorial Day, so... I was able to get beer, but all the liquor stores are closed. I mean, I could get, like, the shit liquor that they have at gas stations, but... then I'll just feel bad. Drink no shit liquor. I want to drink a high quality product like Yingling traditional lager. Product placement. Yingling sponsor me.
Sure, no problem.
I don't know if Yingling will want to sponsor a stream that just spent an hour and a half saying slavery is good. We're halfway through this game and we haven't even broken the doors down. To be fair, I'm not any help. I'm just kind of... I mean, I'm top 3 on the team, so I guess I should do something. You know, I'm just gonna hang out with the bard. Fuck it.
Well done! I'm sure someone's proud of you! May the chicken kick me! That was almost great! Respect where respect is due! Well done! Yeah. Yes, okay.
Now everybody's hanging out with the bard.
Sure, no problem. Well. You caught me off guard today with your skills. Well done. I'm sure someone's proud of you.
I am back for the time being.
Oh, what's up?
Hello, I'm eating.
I'm just chilling with this bard.
Noise. Still playing Minecraft, Camille?
Yeah, I'm running my test on the spawners.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I think what I did worked. I don't know how many waves I've gone through, but it's still running.
Sure, no problem.
Sitting here staring at it.
I got killed by I suck at this game with a profile picture of the Doot Doot skeleton. I feel ashamed. I don't know if I'm too drunk or not drunk enough.
Bit of both, probably.
It's hard to tell with Mordhau.
Sure, no problem. Charge!
Say it worked for like 10 minutes now, maybe.
Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna take a piss. I'm playing. I can't play with this piss in my balls.
Damn.
I don't think that's where it's stored. Just pissing my balls, he says.
He's pulling at me. That motherfucker.
True. Oh god, somebody stop me, I'm about to waffle.
I'm gonna waffle.
I identify as storing piss in my